Thanks for watching Film Buff. Really, honestly, it's fucking great.
Oh, hello. How's it going, my friends? My name is Film Buff. Alright, man. Time for episode 22. This is it. I get to see Mikasa and Levi team up and try to get Eren back and to take on the female Titan. So, promises to be super exciting. Let's see how it plays out. But before that, I need to thank all the amazing patrons. Thank you for all your amazing support. You guys are absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for sticking around. Some of you guys have been around for a long time, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you to anyone who's a patron. I hope you guys are enjoying the early access stuff and the full length. And a reminder to anyone else, if you do want to check out the full length reactions and early access stuff, you know, a few episodes ahead, check out the Patreon page, man. It really does suck that I have to edit the episode down to 10 minutes because a lot of times I do have to cut out some stuff I'd rather not, but it's a 10-minute rule, right? You have to just figure out the best 10 minutes, right? The $3 tier gets you early access, usually a few episodes ahead, and the full length. So check it out if you're interested. But yeah, let's get right into it, man. Episode 22.
エレンは死んだのか。
生きてます。目標には知性があるようですが、その目的はエレンを連れ去ることです。殺したいのなら潰すはず。目標はわざわざ口に含んで戦いながら逃げています。
エレンを食うことが目的かもしれん。そうなればエレンは胃袋だ。普通に考えれば死んでいる。
生きてます。
だといいな。
He's alive, he's alive.
あなたがエレンを守っていればこんなことにはならなかった。
Ooh.
そうか。お前はあの時のエレンの馴染みか。エレンが生きていることに全ての望みをかけ、奴が森を抜ける前に救い出す。俺が奴を削る。お前は注意を引け。
Okay, I get to see him in action now. Yo! Holy shit! You just wrecked her!
早すぎて効果で防ぐ暇もない。うなじが狙える。疲弊してる。きっと動けない。殺せる。
No, no, no.
よせ。
There he is! What happened there? Did he break his foot?
多分無事だ。生きてる。汚ねえが。もう奴には関わるな。撤退する。作戦の本質を見失うな。自分の欲求を満たすことの方が大事なのか。お前の大切な友人だろう。
違う。私は。
Huh. It's his whole squad gone, man. We'll be needing a new squad.
納得いきません、エルヴィン団長。おい、お前。ガキの喧嘩か。リヴァイ兵長。死亡を確認したならそれで十分だろう。遺体があろうがなかろうが死亡は死亡だ。何も変わるところはない。
イヴァンたちは行方不明として処理する。これは決定事項だ。諦めろ。
お二人には人間らしい気持ちというものがないのですか。巨人だ。
Oh no. They disobeyed, man.
出た。
No.
じゃあどうすりゃいいってんだ。それは
Dead bodies.
それより遺体を捨てろ。追いつかれる。しかし遺体を持ち帰れなかった連中は過去にも5万といた。そいつらだけが特別なわけじゃない。やるんですか。本当にやるんですか。
Do it. Yeah, something happened back there against Annie, female Titan.
Levi 奴らの生きた証だ。俺にとってはな。イヴァンのものだ。
エレン、調査兵団はやめた方がいい。
なんだよ、お前も調査兵団をバカにすんのか。
Oh, flashback.
バカにするとかそういう問題じゃ。
What am I about to see here, man?
これだけしか帰ってこなかったのか。みんな食われちまったんだろ。わざわざ壁の外に出るからこうなるんだ。
これじゃあ俺らの税で奴らに餌をやって太らせてるようなもんだ。
エレン、どうしたの？エレン、エレン。エレン。
That's exactly like episode 1. In the fields,
まだ起きて
Mikasawa's own room. Huh. Now he's part of the... Again, full circle.
今朝より数が少なくなってないか。
かなり減ってるな。
今回もひどいな。
何しに行ったんだ。さあな。しかしこいつらのしけた面から察するんだな。俺らの税をドブにすることには成功したらしいぜ。
すげえよ、調査兵団。あんなにボロボロになっても戦い続けてるなんて。
兵長殿、娘が世話になってます。ペトラの父です。
Oh.
娘に見つかる前に話していことが。
娘が手紙をよこしましてね。腕を見込まれてあなたに仕えることになったとか、あなたに全てを捧げるつもりだとか。まあ親の気苦労も知らねえでほうけて嫌がるわけですわ。そのまあ父親としてはですね、嫁に出すにはまだ早いかなと思うわけです。
Oh
あいつも
no.
まだ若いし、これからいろんなことが。
エルヴィン団長、答えてください。
今回の遠征で犠牲に見合う収穫はあったんですか？
死んだ兵士に悔いはないとお考えですか？
今回の壁外遠征にかかった費用と損害による痛手は調査兵団の支持母体を失墜させるには十分であった。エルヴィンを含む責任者が王都に招集されると同時にエレンの引き渡しが決まった。
Man, okay, man. So that such a tragic episode, man. A depressing, tragic, just full of sad things, man. I mean, the first not 10 minutes. The first like 2-3 minutes of it, of course, showed me that amazing team up, Mikasa and Levi. I'll talk about that in a bit, but after that, man, it's just this bleak, depressing episode, man. Just the aftermath of just the failed operation, man, and on top of that, even more misery because the two guys decide to go get the body, and they bring on even more Titans, resulting in more loss, right, of life and other things. Again, I'll get into it. I felt that this is basically a Levi episode. It focused on him a lot, man. A lot on his emotions, even though he's a character that doesn't show his emotions that much. It showed me him going through things for the first time, and actually showing some emotion. And I guess the show itself showed the change in his emotions through the actual animation and those lines and the shadows in his eyes, to show me some of the change and show me that he's feeling something. You have to be feeling something after that, right? And that shot at the end, as Petra's father, approaches him, not even knowing that she's dead. He's all happy. He brings up the idea of marriage. I'm pretty sure that's what he's trying to get at. And again, they show me a shot of Levi, the shadows and the lines on the forehead. Man, this dude must be devastated right now, especially to know that her father is right over his shoulder. And he doesn't even know yet that she's dead, and she died this horrific death. Just intense stuff, man. Really depressing stuff, right? It adds to the realism. It definitely adds to the realism. There's stakes, and there's consequences. So basically this most recent failure, and the scale of it, it seems like it's unforgivable at this point. And it said that the Scout Regiment lost the support. They lost their support, and that Commander Smith and anyone else in charge is summoned to the capital to hand over Eren. That was part of the deal. Now, that being said, I highly doubt that this is gonna be as straightforward as them just handing him over, right? I highly doubt it's gonna go down like that. Something, it's the last 3 episodes. Something intense has to happen. Something has to happen. Something major has to happen in these last few episodes. But yeah, man, let's do this. Let's go to the top of the episode. Of course, the continuation of the cliffhanger from the last episode. The dream team, Mikasa and Levi, right? I got a chance to see them team up. Now, Levi noticed that she slowed down. She was slowing down. Annie, that is, female Titan. And of course, like I said in the last episode, she's been going like all day, man. So to her credit, she's done all right. But this was the breaking point. She's not gonna go up against Levi and Mikasa at the same time, and defeat them and keep going. And speaking of Mikasa, Levi's seen her in action now. Perhaps she is soon to be a handpicked member of the Levi squad, the new Levi squad, because he's gonna need another one, right? Though at the end they did say the support for the scout regiment's kind of gone, so shit. Actually, who knows then, right? If the scouts are even gonna be around anymore. Now at this point, Levi and Mikasa are talking about Eren, and is he potentially alive still? And Mikasa, she seems so sure that this female Titan does not want to kill Eren, but wants to make sure that she takes him alive. And Levi's thinking, it's possible that she wants to eat him and kill him. And then at this point, Mikasa doesn't hold back, man. She calls him out. She has a go at him. She's like, you should have protected him. But at this point, before engaging, he tells her that it's, right now taking her down is not the priority. Right now, the only thing that matters is, hopefully getting Eren back alive, and just taking him out of this situation. And then he tells her, you'll be the distraction and I'll do the cutting. Holy shit. This guy is operating on a different level, man. This is like almost superhuman level. He just absolutely rattles her, just demolishes her, and renders her useless like real quick. That move he did, rolls up her arm and cuts right through like a saw, all the way up to the to her eyes. And man, as he's spinning, they show like that shot of his eyes, and it's like red. It's like just red eyes. I guess that's to signify his like rage and just anger, or just like he's in the zone. He's like locked in. Since it is an animated show, they can do these kind of things to show me different things. Just like they showed me like the shadows and the darkness under the eyes, showing different emotions, especially for someone who doesn't really emote as much, right? Someone like Levi, who's pretty straight-faced for the most part. But yeah, man, he absolutely smashes her. This really makes me excited for that the special, No Regrets. But I would love to see his journey to this, if the special covers that. If it shows me some of his training, if it shows me some of how he turned into this absolute beast. He was operating on a level so intense that Annie couldn't even retaliate. Like, she didn't even have time to harden like the skin. But his goal is not to kill her. That wasn't the goal. He clarified that the goal here, and the only goal, is to first of all make sure see if Eren's alive, and if he's alive, to retrieve his body and get out of here. And yeah, man, he does just that. Now it was almost flawless. Now this isn't really something Annie did, but it just seems like a misstep. He did something. I think he sprained his ankle or broke it or something. They made a big deal of that quick shot of his ankle, his foot. So a bit of an injury. Let's see how that affects him and the rest of the season, the 3 episodes that are left. But yeah, he slices the jaw open, and there he is. Eren is right there, looking a little gross, covered in saliva and stuff, but he's there. He's alive. Yeah, he gets the body and tells Mikasa, time to go. This is no time to indulge. This is no time to be selfish. This is the goal. Follow my orders. Let's get out of here. And she listened. She listened. Now, as they're swinging out of there, Levi looks back, and there's a shot of the female Titan, Annie, and she seems to be crying. I mean, it could be crying, it could be tears or some kind of fluid leaking out. But I think it seemed pretty clear that she's crying. Now is this because she's just extremely disappointed and sad that she failed the mission? The mission being, take Eren and bring him back alive. is she just sad because she just failed and just got bested, and has nothing to show for it? It clearly signifies that this is a major deal. This is a big deal to get Eren. And she's sad, man. She's had a rough day, she's caused some absolute chaos. She's killed a lot of people, but she's taken a beating as well, So by the end, to fail, I guess that was too much, and even in Titan form, she showed some emotion, because honestly, I'm not convinced just yet that these intelligent Titans are just out here to exterminate humanity. I don't think it's that simple, man. It's got to be a bigger picture than that. Something larger at play, much larger at play. So it seems like for now, the female Titan is out of the picture. At least for this episode. For the rest of this episode, there's still 3 more episodes, and I highly doubt that nothing's gonna happen in those 3 episodes. I think these last 3 episodes are probably gonna be some of the craziest, and I'd be absolutely shocked if I don't see the Colossal or the Armored show up again. Before I go any further, staying on the topic of the Armored and the Colossal. Okay, so I don't know about the Colossal, but the Armored, I do have an idea of who the Armored might be or could be. And over these last few episodes, it's been getting, that hunch has been getting stronger and stronger in the back of my head. Especially because the Armored didn't show up. I was so sure that the Armored is going to show up to save Annie, the female Titan. But he never showed up, man. And the only logical explanation for his absence is that he is already there. And he can't just slip out and, become the Armored Titan. I think I have a pretty good idea of who it is, but there's not enough. Annie, for Annie, I had so much evidence to back it up. So many points, so many hints, just in that one episode alone, the female Titan, episode 17. But for the Armored, I feel like it's not earned just yet. I have a good idea of who it might be. I'm still kind of holding it in until I'm given some proper evidence. There's hints, there are things that lead to it, but nothing as concrete as all the stuff I was given leading up to episode 17, and it being Annie for sure. I'm still so confident of that. I just need official confirmation now, but I know it's Annie. I believe I do know who the Armored might be, but I feel like it's not earned just yet. I need more concrete information to confirm it. And at the end of episode 17, I did end up talking about something that I was kind of dreading, but it seemed logical, But yeah, let's bookmark that. And let's see if these last 3 episodes give me some really concrete evidence or something I can really, go off of and be like, oh, okay, this is who it is. And Annie's sudden directional change at the end of episode 17. I guess there are a few things kind of pointing to that, but again, not yet. Let's bookmark that, and let's see if these last 3 episodes are gonna give me something a bit more concrete. There's that scene and they're showing all the family members of the Levi squad, the now fallen Levi squad. Man, they're all so excited and happy, and a few of them have large families, big families. Perhaps a few of them might have been the source of income to their families, if they get paid. I actually don't even know if they get paid to be part of this, the scouts. But yeah, man, it's just that was a tough scene, man. All of them are gonna be absolutely just crushed once they find out. And then I believe the next scene that came in, it showed me Levi. He's standing there and his whole squad's just laid out. Man, and just man, this is so intense. Again, it's keeping it real, man. People you like, for him, Levi, of course he liked his squad and the people in the squad. So he's just experienced major loss in one go, just like that. And this show is definitely not afraid to show real stakes at play. Let's switch to Armin, man. Armin has shown so much composure, maturity, and guile, man. Jean brought up I think Jean was talking about like dying and death, and who's gonna die next. Those thoughts that run through his head. Armin, told him that he doesn't think of it, not at all. He tries to keep it out of his mind because if he was thinking of it, there's no chance he's gonna be able to fight. So it's amazing, really, man, to see how far Armin's come. He's changed and evolved so much, man. He's adapted to his surroundings and to the situation. Evolve or die, right? And Armin has done that. He was going all the way back to the first few episodes, even leading up to the first 6-7 episodes. This is a different person, man. Entirely different person. Not entirely different person. He's always been smart, but there's other aspects that have improved and been added to his personality and his arsenal. So much so that he's even more composed than some of these other classmates. He's kind of surpassed them in terms of having that composure and the mental the mental strength. He's rock solid right now. So there's these two soldiers, right? They were a little bit upset because Commander Smith, said, put them down as missing. Some of these bodies they couldn't bring back. And he said to just put them down as missing. But these two soldiers, they had a tough time accepting this. They challenged his decision. And they tried to give reasons, and they say, I know his family, kind of grew up together. Please let me go bring his body back. Commander didn't allow it, because if they, realistically speaking, if they keep doing this, anytime someone gets left behind or someone's body gets left behind or isn't located, you can't do that. There's just in this reality, there's just so much death that you can't. That was another aspect of this episode, dead bodies and death, and once you confirm it, once they're gone, is it enough? Well, it is enough, in this situation. And even Levi came in. These guys, they were a little bit shocked. Do neither of you have any humanity left in you or human feelings? And that reminded me of Armin, right? He said, the people that are able to abandon their humanity and look at the bigger picture. That's Levi, that's Commander Smith, that's Pixis, those kind of characters, right? But yeah, man, they end up going regardless, and they get the body and they bring back a bunch of Titans, a lot of them actually, because once they see a few of them, the others kind of follow, and then they spot the humans and then get really excited, right? And they follow you. So they did the dumb thing and they go for the body, and in the process they got more people killed, and I believe they, out of the two, one of them died, and they lost the body. Once again, Levi, he's really been put through it this episode, man. And basically the bodies had to be tossed out, right? So they could move faster, and perhaps slow down the Titans if they get a dead body, but more so to move faster, I think, and just to outrun them. The next step was to toss the bodies over, and the difficult thing here and the devastating thing here is that the Levi squad bodies are in that cart, right? And he knows Petra's body's in that cart, and at one point Petra's body goes over, and Levi said to toss the bodies over, so of course he can't specify or ask for just one or a few of the bodies to be kept behind, right? All those bodies have to go over. That's the order he gave. And man, at that one point, her blonde hair kind of sticks out, and he felt something. It's not like he was just emotionless. Again, they show me his mood in those in those shadows they draw, and like the the lines on his forehead. That's tough for him, man, to have her body get trampled and tossed. Man, instead of getting pissed at this guy for going back for the body, he took a different approach. I guess he could see how much this means to him, or that person meant to him. And instead of being pissed, he goes for a more humane approach. And he gives him a patch, and he tells him this patch is from that guy's body, but it's not though. That patch, they showed me a quick glimpse of it, as he leaned down over the Levi squad's bodies. That patch is from Petra's body, man. He kept it for himself, for that exact reason. So he has something from her, from someone he cared for. The Levi squad, right? He cared for them. But instead of keeping that patch, he tells him that this is from that guy, and he gives him the patch. That's intense, because he's a good person. He's a good person. He's got this really strong and almost unreadable demeanor, and he comes off as this hard ass that you don't want to mess with, but he has a heart. He has a good heart. And this episode, it really showed. And that's huge, man. That's a big thing he did for him, because that guy's not gonna know, right? To him, this is the patch, right? Only Levi knows this is actually Petra's patch, but he did that for that person, man. Just for a random soldier. Now I'm not sure if there is a romantic attachment. Levi and Petra, they didn't really there's nothing in the past has really hinted at that. The only hint of a potential romantic angle is right at the end. Her dad bringing up the idea of marriage. I don't know if that means Levi's been interested, but he's a respected individual, so it makes sense that her father is interested in asking him about marriage and marrying his daughter. Now it switches to a really interesting scene, actually, because just the timing of this, I got actually really excited by this. This flashback, they take me all the way back to Eren and Mikasa, episode 1. This flashback might be showing me something from a different angle, from a different perspective, leading up to Eren's mom being taken and unfortunately dying. I thought, it's going to be the beginning to something like that, because, movies and other shows do that sometimes. They'll take you back to a significant moment, and they'll show you a different angle of it, or they'll show you a different perspective of it to change your thought of it completely. It didn't really end up being that, unless there's more to it, unless it continues into the last 3 episodes. But it turned into more of basically, it took me back to the point of Eren and Mikasa seeing the scouts return in episode 1. The defeated, devastated, sad and depressing looking scouts coming back. It's kind of come full circle. Eren saw them come back in like this, and now he comes back. Exact same thing, right? A defeated, depressed, depleted scout regiment makes their re-entry, and now he's on the other side of it, right? Now he's part of that squad. But yeah, he's seeing this now. It's almost like out-of-body experience. Actually, it was a dream. I said it's a flashback. It was actually a dream. As he comes out of this dream, Mikasa's, leaning over him, and that instantly reminded me of episode 1 again. In that, Eren comes out of his dream, and Mikasa is leaning over him and, talking to him. Exact same positioning. So I thought that was cool. That was kind of interesting. It's more the same. Eren starts to hear people complain and, insult the scout regiment, and, just, be so nonchalant about it, and, knowing, he was angry even as a kid, so knowing everything they've gone through just now and hearing these complaints, you know, he really got annoyed, man. And Mikasa told him, you know, just take it. But then he saw those two kids, and you know that reminded him of young Eren himself, young, you know, his younger self, and young Mikasa. They were like in the almost exact same positioning, excited to see the scouts return, and you know that reminded him of himself, you know, and young Mikasa, and perhaps even reminded him how naive he used to be, right? And also that there are still people that look up to the scouts, mainly some of these kids. But yeah, man, brings me to the ending again. Basically, apparently the Scout Regiment's finished, or it's about to be finished, because there's no support left for it anymore. Or they still might be around, but like they don't have that support that they need. So, and you know, Commander Smith has been summoned to the capital to hand over Eren. That's not gonna happen. I highly doubt that's gonna happen. You know, it's the last 3 episodes of a crazy season, you know. So the only thing that can happen in these last 3 episodes is just madness. I mean, I'd be shocked if I don't see the Colossal show up again one more time. The Armored show up again. Both of these intelligent titans have been really absent throughout this season, for a long chunk of the season now. Oh, that reminds me, they're back, right? So has Annie made it back, right? Last I saw Annie, she's like, you know, defeated, crying. Can she make it back in time? She is traveling by herself, right? So she can make it back in time. She can beat the squad, the scouts, back to the wall. So that's gonna be interesting. I just thought of that. Imagine, now I'm really excited. If indeed Armin has an idea that it's Annie, and I do think he does, and he just kind of kept it to himself for now. He almost, you know, kind of gave that information out. Almost back a few episodes ago, he asked Reiner that he has a message for the commander. But yeah, what happens now if he meets her? Oh, damn. So that could be really exciting. And I think, you know, earlier on I touched on the Armored and the potential of the Armored's human operator. There's a few things that could definitely almost confirm it for me. It depends. If this person I'm thinking of goes missing all of a sudden, right, and the Armored shows up, then I'm almost going to be sure that it's this person I'm thinking of. I mean, I touched up on it a long time ago, episode 17. I don't want it to be true. But it's possible. I'm speaking of Reiner. I mean, you guys know who I'm talking about here. But I still feel like it's not. I don't have enough to confirm it. I'm just going off on a few things right now. Okay, man, there it is. Sets it up nicely for this, you know, last stretch of the season. Last 3 episodes back inside the walls, and excited to see how it ends, man. Okay, so if you enjoyed that, please smash that thumbs up, leave your comments and your thoughts. If you're into social media, hit me up. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. A huge thank you to all the amazing patrons. I hope you're enjoying the early access stuff and the full-length reactions. You guys are absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for the support. But yeah, man, hopefully I'm gonna do those last 3 episodes pretty soon. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. Take it easy.